I see there are a few survivors. Today it gets intense. Are you ready for this? Okay, welcome everyone. And welcome to day 2 of our Esoteric Astrology pre-conference, 10th sequential conference. And we are discussing the fourth ray, the intuition, the testimony of the higher levels of your energy system as they affect the reconciliation of such conflicts as you may consider important in your life. So today we will have a rather intensive meditation which assumes that everyone knows how to build the Antakarana, which we all know is not the case. Nevertheless, it's not important for this particular exercise. We're going to consult the relationship between the intuitive plane and the creative imagination. And we're going to see what the part of us that already knows the truth has to say to the part of us that doesn't know it yet. And then we will have a discussion. Well, actually what we'll have is we'll have a rather long meditation, okay? A little longer than yesterday. And then we'll choose a partner, and we'll just kind of download what we may have received, or at least those parts of it that we'd like to speak about. And then I'll give you a little bit of the theory which lies behind what we're doing. Then we will have a break. Then we will get the remaining astrologers in this room somewhere. We'll have words. All right. And then we will break up into our groups in the other room, and we will be working with the reconciliation of our particular chosen conflict by intuitive methods. And you'll work with the symbol that you receive in your meditation. This is a positive sign. And by that time, we will be ready for lunch. Now, Leonie will be leading the little group here that will be webinared, high webinar people. So she'll need a few more than 2. Otherwise, she'll run out of space and we'll just be webinaring, a process that isn't. So if you've been working with Leonie before, yes, who has been working with Leonie? Okay, that's fine. Well, and then she'll need a few more people, so maybe 5 or 6, something like that. And everyone else will be in the other room. Okay, then we are just about ready to begin. Let's see, where is the lady whose chart I made? Ginny Ross. Not here yet. Okay. We'll have to leave the lights a little brighter than usual, but not excessively bright, and we will have our meditation. You may want to have something you can write with, because this is going to go pretty deep. And maybe we can close that door, Tom. Thank you. Now, everybody, I believe, has chosen an astrological aspect that represents a dissonance in your life, a conflict in your life, something you would like to resolve so that the energy flows more smoothly and you are not disrupted in your personality nature because of the interplay of these astrological factors. You have chosen that. Is there anyone who has not chosen something? Okay, but you don't have a chart yet, do you? Oh, you have a chart. So choose quickly. There must be a nice opposition or square somewhere. Everyone else has chosen. Okay, if you feel that you've gotten all the good out of it you can, which I don't think is very likely, then you can choose another aspect if you like, if you know enough about astrology to do that. And you might want to have your chart handy for an occasional glance. Am I enough in the light, Brett? Is this okay? I do want to stay in the light. I used to be a Scorpio. No longer. Okay. Has everybody checked your cell phones? You would think that we could get it all together. But music. We're going to have a little music during this meditation, and you are going to make the music. The rest will be a surprise. Okay, let's just settle in. Feet on the floor if possible. Steady the breath. Quiet the outer form. Become inwardly quiet. Find yourself as a point of being, a point of consciousness, no space, no dimension, you simply are. And you are as if behind all contents of consciousness. The world of the senses fades out. The world of sentiency, of feeling and emotion fades out. The world of your usual thoughts and mental processes fades away. when you are as if imaginatively in the world of the soul, we try to find the presence of soul light, soul love and unity, soul will and power, and we feel this as in the group soul, the light, love, and power of this group aspect of the one soul of humanity. And as we begin our process, we remind ourselves about the intuition, that it is known by many names, each of which gives a slightly different perspective on its nature. It is pure reason, it is inclusive reason, it is transcendental mind, it is straight knowledge, it is unmediated knowing, direct illumination, and its qualities, as we reviewed yesterday, are light, understanding, illumination. And here in the group we feel the energy of the soul bringing a reflection of the higher triadal, light, love, and power. We feel that soul, light, love, and power infusing our personality mechanism, and especially our mental field, wherein, as disciples in training, we should be focused. Soul infusion. The presence of the soul pours into the personality instrument. We are focused in the mind, especially on the fourth subplane of the lower mind, where the mental unit can be found. It's the plane of discrimination. have a very sharp focus there, but the soul is illuminating that focus. And in the group there is a collection of all the mental units. We will call it the group mental unit. And we are there with a mind held steady in the light. And now we reflect. Yesterday, in our group process, we chose a factor in our astrological chart, probably an aspect of some kind, which we identified as causing disharmony, dissonance, conflict in our nature, in our life, in the three worlds. So now take the two factors involved, or however many factors you chose, and take a look at them again in your mind's eye. Name them. Name their astrological relationship. And try to understand how this particular relationship between two or more factors has caused unnecessary stress or disharmony in your life. We will take a few moments to look at each of them separately and then together, and to identify the conflict, review the nature of the conflict as embodied in these two factors. And see what kind of behaviors in your life they have caused, what kind of internal states they seem to be responsible for, the tension they may be producing. Seek to feel the essence of this conflict. And impress that on your consciousness. Now, focus again at the center of your lower mind, held steady in the light, a point of intense focusing into which you draw the quality of your soul, the will aspect of your soul. Strengthen your mental focus through the will aspect of your soul. Use your imagination to do this. This can be done according to your soul ray, the will to initiate for first ray souls, the will to unify second ray souls, the will to evolve third ray souls, the will to harmonize fourth ray souls, the will to act fifth ray souls, the will to cause sixth ray souls, the will to express seventh ray souls. Strengthen your mental focus with a quality of soul will. Now, if you know your soul and personality ray, you can construct a two-colored bridge which extends from your mental point of focus all the way imaginatively into the spiritual triad, which is abstract mind, intuition, and spiritual will. So the colors are the same for soul or personality ray. You will use red for ray 1, indigo for ray 2, green for ray 3, yellow for ray 4, orange for ray 5, light blue or rose color for ray 6, violet for ray 7. And if you do not know your soul or personality ray, use the color indigo to construct the bridge, uniting your point of mental tension with this higher world of abstract mind, intuition, and spiritual will. The Rainbow Bridge. And extend it also downward into the higher levels of your astral body. So these many multicolored bridges form one great cone of all many colors, ending in a blinding blue-white light. And we will activate the bridge with a shaft of brilliant white light moving with great rapidity towards the peak of the cone, and we will think to ourselves, I see the greatest light. We will think this as we see the light and sound the Om on the second ray note. See the greatest light. We realize we are entering or becoming responsive to the supra-personal, supra-individual sphere, where the reality of the wholeness is known, and where not our personal good, but the good of the whole is the major concern. We are entering the world of the spiritual triad, a trans-egoic sphere. And to attune to the spiritual triad, we are going to sing on the Om quietly the notes of the 5 planets which can be accessed on this level. We will sing the E for Mercury, the G for Jupiter, the A flat for Neptune, the A for Venus, and the B for Uranus. Attuning as we quietly intone these notes. The Mercury notes. Jupiter note. The Neptunian note. The Venusian note. The Uranian note. Mercury, Jupiter, Neptune, Venus, Uranus. Attuning. Now we imagine from this high focus that a type of rapport is being set up between the intuition of the Buddhic plane and the picture-making faculty on the second level of the astral plane. We bring this into our mind. From the intuition on the intuitional plane, the Buddha plane, to the second level of the astral body. And via the Adhikara, we attempt to feel this rapport between that which knows and that which feels. And we do this so that any images that may arise are a faithful reflection of intuitive impression. And as you're doing this, feeling the connection between intuition and imagination, make sure that your heart center is activated and the heart in the head center is imaginatively activated. Energy follows thought. Your heart and your highest heart center are activated as you attempt to unite intuition and imagination. Keep these centers open through a heart process. Now imaginatively bring down, there is no up or down really, but bring down a beam of light, love, and will upon the lighted area of your mind where you have been considering your conflict, so that this beam connects with the conflict as you have been dwelling upon it. Do this imaginatively. The triadal beam is contacting the area of your mind where you have been considering the problem. And with that rapport established, and with the resonance between the intuition and imagination in place, we will follow this line of impression. We will sustain the impression from above to below, and with great care and great receptivity, we will allow an image to form, an image or a symbol. It will be a symbol of reconciliation from the plane of harmony, which is the intuitive plane. Conflict exists. The intuition is impressing the conflict. An image or a symbol will emerge which will carry the note of reconciliation, of harmonization, pointing the way towards a harmonious, soul-attuned method of expressing harmoniously the two energies now in conflict. So we shall be quiet during this period of symbol formation or image formation. And as the symbol takes shape, whether suddenly or whether slowly, take note of its nature, its outline, or if it is a more complex image, take note. You may wish to describe it on paper, but simply impress your consciousness with this symbol of reconciliation, this image of reconciliation, which will point the way the optimum functioning of the factors which are now in conflict. Try to see it, imagine it quite clearly, as clearly as may be possible for you. Feel the energy which comes from this image. Feel the energy which comes from this symbol and breathe it in, so that the energy which it radiates may become a part of you. Place your symbol, your image, imaginatively, in the midst of the warring forces. The fourth ray, ray of conflict, tending towards harmony. The ray of war, tending towards peace. Place your symbol in the midst of the warring forces and see imaginatively and feel and get the sense of the conflict turning towards harmony. Feel the resolution from this impressed symbol, which has come to you from the place of knowing. You may even place it in the center of your astrological chart. Imagine. A synthesizing, reconciling symbol or image, uniting the opposition, the square, whichever tension you've been dealing with. By this symbol, this image, each of the conflicting factors will be beneficially affected towards cooperation and right expression. Now one more step. Let your image or symbol speak. Let it speak quietly to you a word of power or a mantric phrase which will add power and effectiveness to the process of reconciliation or harmonization which is now occurring. So listen with your inner ear very carefully to the sounding image or symbol. And when you receive or note your word of power, your mantric phrase, when it has solidified, write it down. Quietly write it down. Let that word or that phrase reverberate in your consciousness now so that it impresses your consciousness with its quality. Visualize the image or the symbol and hear the word or the phrase. Breathe it in. And be ready to return to your image or symbol and your word or phrase for further contemplation, further impression, further exercise, as this is a symbol of transformation, a tool of transformation for the integration of one aspect of your energy system. Now simply review what you have done in this meditation. Realize that this is one method of helping to heal the painful cleavages in your life and bring harmonization which reflects the higher intuitive aspects of your nature, so that that which is above may descend, reorder, and harmonize that which is below. let two merge with one. Let two merge with one, the great fourth ray word of power, bringing us forward, helping us develop the art of living. Two merge with one. And now quietly, the great invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Now I'm going to ask you to hold that alignment. Keep your heart open. Keep your crown center, the 12-fold zodiac in your head. Keep that open. And quietly, I'd like you to turn to a neighbor and just refresh some of the points that occurred for you, what you were working with astrologically, what you experienced about their reconciliation, and try to keep your discussion meditative. In other words, we won't make a lot of noise now. And then when we're finished with this little part of it, I'll segue into some of the theory that lies behind the process that we just went through. So if you need a minute or two to just write things down for yourself, you can do that, and then have a little discussion, a trustful discussion with a fellow seeker after astrological light. And we'll take about 15 minutes to do that. And webinar people will be back in 15 minutes.